He made some great plays on that overtime drive.
Fucking pussy.
That's fair.
I thought it was going to go to second overtime. Would have been the first time ever that a Super Bowl goes to second overtime.
Well,
it's only the second. Yeah, it's the second Super Bowl to go into overtime.
Yeah, the first one was
New England, Atlanta. 2016-17.
The one where Atlanta blew it.
Yeah.
In the second half. Yeah.
They were up 28-3, and the game went to overtime.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? I remember I was with my ex at the time. We went to a cabin. Like, we stayed at a cabin, and I was like, oh, fuck. Hopefully they have TV. I want to watch the Super Bowl. But then, like, I also hate Brady. But I also, like, was like, all right, I just want Brady to lose, blah, blah, blah. But they were like, when Atlanta was up 28-3, I was like, oh, this game's over. So we just got in the hot tub.
Got what I wanted.
And then I was like, out of the hot tub, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Like, I can count on one hand the number of times I've had good sex, and most of those times were with that one hand.
I used heroin for 2 years early on in my adulthood. I only abused it for 1 year, though. First year was awesome.
I have a dream catcher hanging above my bed. It's just a picture of my future children. Because once you have kids, your dreams don't matter anymore.
I was watching Bond movies all night. I don't know why. I got talking to somebody about Daniel Craig, James Bond, and I just sat here and watched them all night.
Yeah, we were just talking about that a couple weeks ago, weren't we?
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
About all the bonds.
All the
different bonds.
I didn't really watch any of the Super Bowl.
Dude, I watched every play.
I just waited for the trailers like everybody else.
That's the funny thing was I was going to watch. I thought about watching just for the Deadpool trailer, and then it was like the first thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even have to watch.
That was smart because they knew everyone. That they were like, this is when if we put it at the end, a lot of people check out when they know the game is going to be over, whatever. But
it just cracked me up. I was like, ah!
Yeah. I was shocked too when everybody was like, hey, look what's here. And I was like, oh, I thought we weren't getting that till at least 9 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah, it was bizarre. I'm pissed that Mahomes won again. But whatever. I'm pissed because I'm pissed because the fucking Bengals destroyed the Niners in the season. And so I just wonder what would have happened if Burrow was. But injuries happen in football, so it is what it is. But it makes me wonder what they would have done in the playoffs. So that's the only thing. And I just fucking hate Patrick Mahomes.
He's easy to hate.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, he's a prick.
Ever since that, and I hate it even worse ever since. Like, you don't call that.
Yeah. A lot of people have been riding that resentment.
I don't know. I just know what I hear from Wells.
He's clutch. He wins games. He figures it out.
Yeah.
He made some great plays on that overtime drive.
Fucking pussy.
That's fair.
I thought it was going to go to second overtime. Would have been the first time ever that a Super Bowl goes to second overtime.
Well,
it's only the second. Yeah, it's the second Super Bowl to go into overtime.
Yeah, the first one was
New England, Atlanta. 2016-17.
The one where Atlanta blew it.
Yeah.
In the second half.
Yeah. They were up 28-3, and the game went to overtime.
Yeah.
You know what was funny? I remember I was with my ex at the time. We went to a cabin. Like, we stayed at a cabin, and I was like, oh, fuck. Hopefully they have TV. I want to watch the Super Bowl. But then, like, I also hate Brady. But I also, like, was like, all right, I just want Brady to lose, blah, blah, blah. But they were like, when Atlanta was up 28-3, I was like, oh, this game's over. So we just got in the hot tub.
Got what I wanted.
And then I was like, out of the hot tub, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
That's wild.
It was like the craziest fucking thing ever.
Mahomes has now won 3 Super Bowls, and all 3 times he was down by 10 points or more at some point in the game. 17 is his first one.
That's wild. Holy shit.
Man just figures it out. Now, the reason why I enjoyed the game so much last night is because it was defensive. Like, both defenses were doing well. The quarterbacks were getting rushed. The secondaries were playing really well. People were making great tackles. Dude, that was one of the best tackling performances from San Francisco's defense that I've ever seen in the history of the NFL.
Really?
They did not miss any tackles. Open field, shoestring, they were tackling them one way or the other. Nobody was breaking tackles in this game. On both sides, but especially with San Francisco. Yeah. Did you So, Kansas City players came out and were like, yeah, we've been talking about that since the beginning of the year if it goes into overtime with the new playoff overtime rules in the NFL. And then San Francisco players were coming out like, I didn't even know you could do that. They literally still thought that if you
It was the
scored a
old-
touchdown on the first overtime drive, you win the game. They literally did not know. So when they
Wait. I thought it was if you score a touchdown in the first overnight.
no,
Wait, what's
both teams get the ball no matter what in playoffs.
Oh,
and
dude,
overtime.
I didn't fucking know that either.
Yeah, dude, the 49ers didn't know it. Kyle Shanahan is getting some shit for this.
I still thought it was whoever scored touchdown first won.
Nope.
Oh,
Both teams
goddamn.
unless it's a safety. If San Francisco takes the ball first and they get pushed back to a safety, the game's over.
I didn't know
other
that
than
rule. Okay.
Now, either way, San Francisco only got a field goal off their first drive. But yeah, that's why when they won the toss, they were like, yeah, we want the ball, obviously. We're going to try to win this game. But they didn't. Right now in the playoffs, the move is to defer
Yeah.
in the first overtime. Defer it, let them decide, because you want to be the last one to score, not the first one anymore. So yeah, those guys didn't even fucking know it.
It shows you how much I fucking.
I didn't watch
And
the
Kansas
game.
City's been working on it all year long. I think that alone is a huge difference between who should have won that
Well, that's
game.
why they
between those
That's
two.
why they changed the rule too. Is because that Kansas City.
Right. It really helped Buffalo.
Yeah.
Once Patrick Mahomes shit on Josh Allen that one game a couple years ago. And also, Patrick Mahomes has gotten the shitty end of that stick as well in his first AFC Championship game against Tom Brady.
True.
Crazy stuff.
I
Halftime
have nothing to
performance.
add.
One of my favorite halftime performances of all time.
Really?
The nostalgia was fucking incredible. They got Lil Jon out, Alicia Keys, Will.i.am,
Damn.
CeeLo Green. I think I saw him at one point. And then, dude, when Luda came out, because they did, yeah.
Oh, of
In the
course.
club, my homie.
If Usher's doing the halftime show, I honestly figured he would have opened with that.
No, it was towards the end.
Okay.
I think he did one song after, yeah. But that's when everybody came out. Alicia Keys was the first person to come out and blow people's minds. She came out with her piano. Her voice cracked like a motherfucker on the first note she tried to hit.
Oh, no.
Which I thought was funny, but
she
crushed the rest of it. It was just...
It's also got to be cold and
Yeah.
dry air, and
Oh,
yeah. That's when people talk about when Idina Menzel shit the bed at the New Year's Eve one time. I
It
was
happens, dude.
like, it's 0 degrees outside, and yeah, it's fine.
It doesn't mean they butcher their whole performance. If their voice cracks once, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the singing was beautiful and perfect.
I appreciate when those little inconsistencies happen, because then it makes me think, okay, well then this is a real performance.
Right,
If it's too
It's
perfect,
not lip synced.
yeah, if it's too perfect, I start to be like, I don't know.
Was it Whitney?
also impressed with
Whitney
Usher.
Houston's lip synced the Whitney Houston
I don't think she ever did the halftime show.
national anthem.
Oh.
Then they find out that was actually lip synced.
Oh.
I have no idea. I've
don't
never
know.
heard that before.
I think it
I was
was.
gonna say I've never heard that. I remember. I know.
Her lips were crack cocaine, for sure.
I remember the way I figured out you can tell when someone is live singing or if it's if they're lip syncing is if you can hear it. Because if they're lip syncing, it's being run through the audio system to go out over the speakers, and that's what's going through to your audio and your TV. If their voice sounds kind of faint, like
They're
kind of at a
singing.
distance almost, that means you're getting the live arena audio, which means they're
okay.
singing for real. You notice it a
That
lot
makes
with like the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
can hear them singing clearly, that is lip synced as fuck. Whereas when like
Most of the people in that parade do.
most of
lip-sync.
them are, except Tony Bennett, when he came out, he did it. He sang for real. You could tell because you could barely fucking hear him.
Yeah.
But also, Tony Bennett don't fucking lip sync.
He ain't no schmuck.
He also ain't alive anymore.
He is.
What? I'm just joking.
Yeah. Well, he was one of those deaths where it was like, yeah, he was like 100.
Right. We saw this coming a long way.
Yeah. I was amazed he lasted that long.
Usher didn't lip sync either, which I was impressed because he was like dancing. He could still dance, dude. He was moving around, and I could tell he was short of breath. That's how I knew. I don't know anything about what you just said about faintness of voice or whatever. I could just tell this motherfucker was out of breath and sweating his tits off.
That's fucking funny.
Which
Sorry,
when
I'm jerking
singing
off, guys.
R&B, it just makes panties wetter.
I don't know. I've never had that problem.
You never got your panties wet over watching Usher, Raymond?
I mean, Yeah, but not from watching him dance.
These are my confessions. Just when I thought as soon as he started singing that, dude, I thought Lori was going to divorce me.
Hey guys, do you like edible cookie dough? Well, we have got a treat in store for you. The Three Mics podcast is now a proud member of the Dope Spoon Lickers Club. That's DOUGHP, the #1 provider of edible cookie dough in the United States. You can use the code MIKE10, that's MIKE10, to get 10% off your entire order at checkout. So go to dope.com, DOUGHP.com, and get some dope today.
Neither of you guys watched the Super Bowl. What else do you guys want to talk about?
It's weird, right?
I honestly had every intention of watching it. I really did. And then we moved the majority of my shit out of my house over the weekend, and I was just tired.
I had no intention of watching it at all.
Oh, really?
Just because I was like...
You didn't even want to like sweat in a 49ers win, like watch it just to.
I don't like either team.
Yeah, I guess you are supposed to. You beat the 49ers too.
Yeah, it's like the 49ers also beat the fucking Bengals in their Super Bowls. Like
both of them.
Yeah.
Now San Francisco, their last 2 Super Bowls were against Kansas City, and they lost them both.
Yeah, so it's like I had no.
There's some common ground there. I think if that matchup ever happens again, you can root for San Francisco.
At that point,
have
kind of have
hard
to.
about it.
But it's just like I had no desire, like none. The only person I'd like to see win was Brock Purdy, just because I think it'd be funny, Mr. Relevant.
Yeah, he played well too.
Yeah,
for most of that game, he was outperforming Patrick Mahomes, just not when it counted.
So that was the only thing I was like. The only thing I was like, that'd be cool, I guess, if he won, Mr. Irrelevant.
I like George Kittle too. I really like him. I think he's cool as shit.
Well, I'm trying to think. I was reading. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I gotta find it first.
Find what? Tell us before you read it, before you know what it is. I need you to give us a brief synopsis.
Basically, how they end up drafting Brock Purdy.
Oh, really?
It was from a trade.
Oh, yeah.
It was a comp pick. It was a comp pick.
They pretty much lucked. They got lucky, essentially.
Yeah.
Like, because they passed up on... It dates back to years. They passed up on Mahomes.
To draft.
Because they were going to draft somebody, but then that's when Garoppolo... got traded to them.
Yep.
And then
because
it's just a domino effect of them making the wrong choice a million times over and then just kind of getting the last pick of the draft and it being Brock Purdy, and he still takes him to the Super Bowl. That's the luckiest franchise of all time.
No, I think the luckiest franchises of all time is probably the Colts when they had Manning, and then Manning basically snapped his neck, and then they draft Andrew Luck. And then
they still shit the bed even with that happening.
Yeah, but could you imagine having Manning and then oh, by the way, you're going to have one bad year, and then you're going to go and we're going to draft the greatest quarterback prospect since Peyton Manning.
Dude.
And then, obviously, you know what happened with that. But
I've never felt more bad for an NFL player than Andrew Luck. He would have had a good team around him. He could have been the best quarterback ever. But
and I don't blame him for retiring.
I don't blame him at all. He was going to die.
Yeah.
One could argue Green Bay. Because they had Brett Favre, and then Aaron Rodgers sat behind him for a couple of years, and then when he started, he was a stud already.
They both did win Super Bowls, so I could argue that too.
Green Bay, you could just also argue that they're good at drafting, that they can scout a good quarterback.
Well, I think what's happened is what they did with Jordan Love is they kind of let Jordan Love sit for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of
nobody follows suit with that. They always throw a rookie in.
You know, it's weird
to figure it out.
You know, the first team to do that were the Bengals.
Really, with
Palmer and John Kitna. They made Palmer sit a year. Everybody's like, "Why are you making the fucking first overall pick sit a year?" And it worked
because he's 21 years old.
Yeah, it worked, but then he fucking hated the organization because the organization was so fucking. That's when Mike Brown ran it, not the daughter, not his daughter.
Shittiest owner ever, man.
Who, Brown?
Yeah.
Really?
It's trash, dude. He
I don't know.
Ruined the franchise for a long time. Missed a lot of opportunities.
That's why I have you guys. I don't fucking know.
And that Bengals team, you had Carson Palmer, Rudy Johnson, Chad Johnson, T.J. Houshmandzadeh.
That,
defense, you had David.
You want to hear something? You want to see something ironic? Rudy Johnson, Jeremy Johnson, T.J. Houshmandzadeh, and Chad Johnson were the same draft class.
Damn.
It was fucking insane.
Damn. All to the same team, or was some of them traded over? Did the Bengals draft all of them?
Drafted all of them.
Wow. That's
impressive. I think TJ was a 6th or 7th rounder.
Yeah, he was low.
I knew the moment TJ was going to be good. I was watching the game, and he was still doing punt returns. And on a punt return, he caught the ball, and he had some time. He told the dude where to block.
Oh, yeah.
I will always remember that because I was thinking, he's
Hell
like,
yeah.
you there. And I was like, he's going to be good. Like, he just fucking knew.
The instinct.
Yeah. Anyways, some balls deep in this.
Hey, if you'd like to be an honorary Mike and be a part of the Three Mics in a whole different way, head on over to our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/the3mics. That's patreon.com/the3mics. We've got a single $5 tier that gets you access to the whole shebang. Everything that we're going to start rolling out, whether it's live streams, uncut episodes, exclusive tickets, and other stuff like that. Who the hell knows what we're going to do? But it's simple. $5 a month gets you in as an honorary Mike and hanging out with the Three Mics over on Patreon. Once again, go to patreon.com/the3mics and become an honorary Mike today. Hopefully, when you guys are listening to this, it's on your way to or on the way home from the Bricky's World Record Comedy Festival. We're recording this on Monday. This drops on Friday. Hopefully, at this point, by the time you're listening to this, you've already seen the Three Mics live. And it was amazing, and it was incredible. It was the best part of the entire festival.
Hands down.
I'm going up again. If you haven't been yet, maybe you're coming to see me, quote unquote, tonight on Friday. Mine's at 5 p.m. You are up
4 a.m.
4 a.m.
11 hours after you.
Oh, Friday night into Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Saturday the 17th at 1 a.m.
Saturday at 1 a.m. or Sunday at 1 a.m.?
Saturday at 1 a.m.
Okay, so then
You guys might see each other.
yeah, I'll show up there. I'll watch you, and then if you want to stick around for a little while.
I'm going to try
on
to
at 4.
stick around a bunch.
Or so yours is Saturday morning also, right?
Yeah, technically.
Yeah.
But I'm
Mine's
just gonna
Saturday.
party on
Yeah,
Friday
mine's
night.
also Saturday morning, technically. It's so hard to think when I was like, Melissa's talking. She's like, what day? And I was like, Friday night into Saturday. Come Saturday morning. It's
You got it.
weird.
Yeah. I'm going to try to be there as much as I can. My family's going out of town, so I got to stay here and watch the dogs. So
you want to be at a comedy show for 82 hours? You fucking what?
No.
What is wrong with you?
I did take Thursday and Friday off work. Well, also because Friday is closing day for the house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
congrats.
Thursday's the final walkthrough, then Friday morning's closing day. So
It's closing time.
yep. I literally just have to go back tomorrow and with my uncle get a couch, take it to the dump, and that's all she wrote.
Burn it down. What?
Huh? I have a couch that I'm getting rid of because it's busted all to hell, and my uncle's bringing his truck over.
No, I was waiting for you to be like, and burn down the building after we close.
Yeah, and then commit insurance fraud. I have that patio furniture I promised you guys outside. I don't know if it'll fit in your car. We can try.
It won't. I'll get my dad's truck at some point.
We can move it in my mom. I can bring it over my mom's car. She's got more space in her than mine. That's why we brought it back today.
It's closing time.
But yeah, I took Thursday and Friday off just because. I mean, I'd have to leave work early to go do this shit anyway. So
Yeah, it didn't interfere with my work schedule at all. Pretty much.
that's good.
I mean, I get off at 4:30 on Thursday, so I'll just be headed straight there. I might still, honestly, I might still go to Barrel House that night.
I'm debating. I'm wondering how many are. Honestly, I feel like we should go to Barrel House and be like, "Why aren't you at Bricky's right now? They need audience members."
It's so fucked up and funny. At the same time.
What the fuck are you doing here? What are we on at 6 or 6:30? Now I can't remember.
1 and 6.
Yeah, I'm
We
on
run
at
6 to
7. I'm on
7:30.
at 7.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
Oh, so is it me at 6?
You're on at 6. I'm on at 6:30,
Okay.
and then Wells is on at 7, and then Will Hayes, and then Mark Perkins, and then special guest.
Who else is Mark doing a 30?
Mark and Will are both doing 15. Special guest is doing 45. Tabari McCoy is doing 45.
Nice. I wonder who the special guest is.
I don't know. I know I had a guy I used to do comedy with down in South Carolina hit me up wanting to see if he can, because he actually was there for the Nashville one.
Yeah, I saw your exchange with him.
So he is going to talk with Kevin and see if he's going to find a spot for him to come up, which would be cool. I haven't seen that guy in years. I haven't seen Topher in years. Topher Riddle, everybody. Yeah, man, this is going to be
Topher.
Yeah, and then all I know is that the last 2 slots, 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. on the 18th, are reserved.
Yeah.
We don't know who those are yet, or do you guys know and don't want to say on the microphone?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know either.
I think somebody knows. I know Kevin probably knows.
bet Kevin knows.
Well, yeah. Well, because literally it's ending with, you know, you got Ray Jackson is doing 45. There's a 15-minute guest spot, and there's Karen, then there's Mackenzie Ruttinger, Lori Graves, Nate Washington, Kyle Rogers, Becky Thompson, Austin Robertson, Kevin Rupert, and then those 2 spots that say reserved.
To close it out, the whole thing?
Close out the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It's going to end at 2 a.m.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be big star-studded names.
Did you see the article on Dayton Daily News about it?
Yeah.
On Dayton.com that Jessica wrote up?
How was the cover photo? And I thought that was pretty
That's
dope.
right. Was that from the one you closed out? Fuck yeah, dude.
That was pretty
Good
dope.
for you, man.
Never been in the newspaper
Yeah,
before.
I noticed they didn't use mine. Also, by the time we took my picture, most of the comics.
Yeah. I think that's why that one had the most comics still in
That's
it.
how it made it. Yeah. I love the picture Kevin posted of the inside right
No,
now.
Dude, it looks
it
fucking
looks
sweet.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks so
way
great.
better than it has.
So there's like, is that place open the entire time too? Like,
I guess so. I mean,
Not
it's
the
gotta
entire
be.
time.
I mean, like they're not going to be serving beer the whole time, but they're going to be able. I mean, obviously people can get in.
Yeah.
I know that he said there's going to be some food trucks there. I told him about Wizard of Za,
Okay, cool.
who I realized I had tried before. They were okay. I want to try them again. I got to it like an hour later, so it was reheated.
Oh, okay.
So I want to try it like actual.
Yeah.
It looked and smelled good when we were there.
Yeah, dude, those slices looked robust.
Yeah, I gotta be careful with pizza. So
oh really?
just it's gonna be. Oh, I haven't seen you guys since I got scoped.
Oh yeah, no, you haven't.
No, you see me. You came over.
I did see you. That's right. I came over to your place. Yeah. So basically, it was truly like an on and off switch getting drugged. I've never experienced it before. I've never gone through that before.
Yeah.
So I'm laying there on the bed, and I will say my anesthesiologist and my nurse were just like telling wicked dirty jokes the minute they got to my bed to roll me into the exam room. Like I was blushing. Some of the shit they were like, this guy was making jizz and cum jokes, and she's throwing them right back at him, and I'm sitting here laying on my side with my ass sticking out of a hospital gown. Like, hey, can we not talk about coming right now?
No, we're coming.
And
What if you turned to her? Hey, you think this patient Shay is a fat cock? Let's look.
And you feel it.
and then fucking, he gives me the gives me the injection here of whatever the drugs, and he goes to put the mask over my mouth, tells me to take a deep breath. And as I'm taking this deep breath in, and the stuff's starting to get to me, he goes, "By the way, Mike, do you ride a motorcycle?" I was like, "No, why?" He's like, "Man, that helmet would have to be fucking huge." And before I could fucking say what the fuck, I clocked out. The next thing I remember is my mom waking me up, and that motherfucker was nowhere to be seen.
Dude, you think you just roast every patient right before they go to sleep?
Just you right before. That way, that's all. The last time they see you, you were talking mad shit, and then you just fucking disappear.
Just imagine you got roasted by a.
I
You got roasted by a figment of.
right?
Yeah.
He's like the janitor from Scrubs. He was
Yes,
never
that's
actually
what-
there.
He could use that too. If anybody like tries to complain, be like, "Hey, this guy called me a fat fuck right before I went to sleep."
It's like, well,
He would just be like, "I never said that. You must have been on drugs."
It was the drugs. It was the drugs making you see it. Yeah, exactly.
It is literally like I remember when I had my hernia surgery. They were like, "We're gonna put this over your." I'm gonna count the back from 3, and I was just done.
I didn't even get to that. He was like, "Go ahead, take a deep breath," told the joke, and then I was out. I was gone. I woke up
Y'all
3
are
hours later.
lightweights.
It was.
Oh, you're on her for 3 hours.
I think so. 2-3 hours.
They did both at
Not that
once.
you would have known
they
the
did,
difference.
They did them. They didn't do them. They did one, then they did the other.
Damn, 3 hours is a long time.
Well, I had
polyps.
several, and they were large. They got them removed, all benign.
Large polyps.
Yeah. But he did say my diverticulosis is severe. Basically, the little pockets that are. He said,
Yeah.
They're like it's severe. Like,
So that's why you're continuing to
I'm
watch.
continuing
what you're
to
doing.
watch what I eat. Like I've branched out a bit since then. Like I went to this trivia fundraiser thing at Centerville High School on Saturday, and I had like 2 slices of plain cheese Domino's pizza. I mean, well, shit. When we went to Waffle House the morning thing, I got like as tame stuff as you can get at Waffle House and traded in my.
So you got methamphetamines. What the?
I got like wheat toast, grits, eggs,
And a hand job.
and from the cook as he was cooking my eggs.
Dude, can you imagine like the fucking just hand-eye coordination to flip eggs and jerk a dude off at once? That's
Hey,
some
those
fucking.
Waffle House cooks get paid a grip. I'm sure they'd figure it out.
I see. You see the memes where they're like Waffle House is white person hibachi, and it's like, yeah, it fucking is. You got.
Dude, they pay well though. They for real like Waffle
Yeah.
House.
Well,
pay
they
Do they
fucking
really?
better
Yeah.
because the hours are unkind.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long hours. Fuck your holidays. Like, but
Why do you think you always see the employees that, especially the cooks, are always like fucking dancing and
Yeah.
fucking like humming along? And
have you
just,
seen
like,
that fucking
having a good
the video
time?
on TikTok? It like went fucking viral. It's the brand new one that they got they built over here on Patterson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it went fucking like crazy. I had friends of mine from like Canada sending me that video.
Hell yeah.
Of what? Like just because
they were the cooks were dancing and having a good fucking time while they were cooking everybody's food, and they were like, my friends were like, "Is this the kind of shit that goes down in Dayton, Ohio?" I'm like, I know exactly what fucking Waffle House
Yeah.
that is. Yeah, no. So I'm just continuing to just be good, as good as I can.
I don't know
be,
the dollar amount, but if I had to guess, I'd say they make at least $20 an hour.
I don't know if
Just
it's
for a
that
cook?
much. I don't know if it's that much, but I know
bet.
it's more than most places.
let's glass
But
door
also
this shit.
the hours are long, so.
Yeah.
But also, that's why you always also see it's usually like older people working there. You know, I think it's always older, older guys, older girls working
I know
there.
the one by my house, the staff has been the same the whole time. Like they've
Yeah.
got to have at least benefits or something. Like
Oh, sure.
because the staff has not changed. The same manager. We see the same server every time. The same cooks. Like they're all the same. Like who would want to work in a grungy place like
12
that?
to 20.
12 to 20.
Okay.
What?
12 to
I
$20.
hate it when
on the
jobs
state.
say that.
Probably depends on the state. It's probably just an average. But, well, I forget. I don't know if it was. I don't know if somebody else told me the story, but I've heard where like the guy was the cook at the Waffle House, and he was like an ex-con, and he used to run the kitchen there, and so he's just sitting there just like a
Hell
fucking
yeah.
well-oiled machine, and telling like, you give me your order in 5 minutes, you give me yours in 3. What did you like? He's just got this down to a fucking science. Gets it all. Goes out, smokes 5 cigarettes, comes in and. Because if he's not out on the sidewalk smoking a cigarette, I don't want his food at a Waffle House.
Waffle House food is so fuck. Waffle House is the only place I've seen somebody vomit. I'm not kidding. I've seen.
Don't ruin Waffle House for me.
No,
guys.
here's what happened. Waitress taking the order. The dude vomits right in his booth, right next to himself. Orders his food and eats it.
Oh my fucking
And I was like,
God. That is the most Waffle House thing I've ever heard in my life.
I would like my hash browns smothered, covered, chunked.
Chunked.
I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Is chunked already an option?
Yeah, chunked is ham. God, what a fat fuck I am for knowing that.
I never get ham in my hash
Oh,
browns.
I always
otherwise
get them the
What's
same way.
topped? No, I'm just joking.
I get them. I think that is a thing, actually. That might be a thing.
It is. No, topped means
I'm pulling up the Waffle House menu.
topped means chili.
Does
I
it?
think so.
I think
yeah.
it means topped off with chili. Yeah.
Let's look here.
2 hours later.
Let's see if I can. There we go. All right. So topped is chili. Yeah, you were right. Okay. You fat fuck. Country is sausage gravy. Capped is grilled mushrooms. That's that's funny.
Yeah, capped is the best.
Peppered jalapeno peppers. Diced
I get
up
mine
chunked.
chunked.
Yeah, I always get mine covered and chunked. Covered and chunked. Not anymore, but and then hell, even my coffee was decaf.
Is that just the breakfast menu?
Yeah, that's just the breakfast menu.
Okay, I was going to say, I know they have more food.
Yeah, the other side is the other food.
I was like,
But nobody ever orders from
no, Waffle House never really shuts down.
No, that's why that's how people were saying COVID wasn't real. I was like, Waffle House closed. It's fucking real.
Yeah.
Wells doesn't shut down for shit.
Yeah, they don't shut up for it. That's why they tell everybody, if you work there, fuck your holidays.
Yeah.
You're working. It took a pandemic. I'd never seen a closed Waffle House before that wasn't under construction. I've never had their regular food though.
What are some? Let's think of brainstorm some funny ways you can get your hash browns at Waffle House. Okay. Jacked.
Cummed.
Well, what is
Milked?
jacked? What is jacked? If you're gonna name it, you got to say what the
Jacked
This means you get a hand job with your side of hash browns.
No, Jack would be like, the hand job. Yeah,
I would think jacked would be he jacked off with your hash browns and then put them onto your plate. Like these hash browns have been jacked.
No, that would be splooged.
That would be splooged.
If you get them splooged, that means the cook is coming in your hash browns.
Okay. So
Getting
jacked.
splooged is they come in them.
Okay.
Getting jacked means you get a hand job with it.
So they use the hash browns to give you a hand job, or they
No,
just jerk
you just
off?
get regular. It's just
They jerk you off while you're eating the hash browns.
it's just fried potatoes, and they jerk you off.
Okay. What? Okay. So that's jacked and splooged. What about
milked?
What's milked?
Means that it's the same thing as jacked, only when you're about to come, they let you come into the hash browns.
Well, then what
I want that.
Yeah. Well, what's fucked? But your hash browns fucked.
You're asking some hard-hitting questions, man.
You said let's come up with as many as we can. Okay, well then fine.
I want my hash browns fucked.
It
my
means
hash
that
browns
they get
fucked.
not to stir them up and saute them on the grill. They gotta fucking fuck them.
What about? Oh no, we already did topped. Fuck. Well, it's bottomed. You want them bottomed.
Bottom.
It's very similar to the chili.
Okay.
Bottom is where you shit on.
Yeah, very similar texture to the chili.
Or bottomed. Is
Only
you have
it's
to eat
Mike
them
Shea in full-blown diverticulitis, shitting and
full,
on your
doing full colonoscopy prep on your fucking plate.
For it.
Oh my god, that was the most vile thing I've ever had to put in my body. Oh,
and you
my
can, you can get
God.
your hash browns menstruated.
Dude, all right, I gotta vomit.
Period.
It's just cherries.